Hey everybody, Klaus here from Plant Based Eats. Thank you for tuning in. So today we're going to be talking about Shawn Baker, who is an ex-doctor and also only eats meat, and he wants everybody else to do the same.
The diet includes any type of meat you want, whether it's red meat, white meat, poultry, pork. Fruits and vegetables are not necessary in the diet.
And this has actually caused a lot of controversy on YouTube over the last couple of weeks.
This guy's ability to deny things is amazing.
I will call him Little Prick the Vegan.
Shawn Baker did not like Mike's video one bit.
For the most part, the conflict has come from a dispute on YouTube a couple of weeks ago between a few channels, including Mike the Vegan, Happy Healthy Vegan, and Shawn Baker himself.
Okay, this is about the vegans and their trolling.
Well, this unlicensed medical doctor is saying that Mike is deficient in testosterone because Mike doesn't have big, bulky muscle.
Oh, I'm just transforming into a super lizard man.
He looks like a flabby, androgynous sack of weakness.
So this drama really came to peak a couple of weeks ago when Shawn Baker himself went on the Rob Wolf podcast to talk about his blood test results. The blood test results were interesting to say the least, and this is what this video is going to look at. I hope you enjoy. It's worth noting that Shawn Baker's actually lost his medical license after his work as a surgeon was reviewed by medical experts. Despite this, his radical eating plan still gets lots and lots of attention. For example, he was recently on the Rob Wolf podcast as well as the Joe Rogan podcast.
You're pursuing this carnivore diet.
If you would have asked me 2 years ago, I would have said, that's fucking crazy.
So the first hot topic that we're going to look at today is Baker's cholesterol levels.
Surprise, it was high. It was at a total cholesterol of 205.
Most lab results indicate that having a total cholesterol of less than 200 is ideal.
As Ryan said, Baker's cholesterol levels are a lot higher than they should be. They also discussed Baker's LDL, which is the bad cholesterol.
The total cholesterol equation is just LDL plus HDL plus triglycerides divided by 5. And since we have all of those other numbers, we can see that his LDL was a whopping 150 milligrams per deciliter. And that's really over twice what it should be. If you're looking to Lauren Cordain, who is one of the founders of the paleo diet, he had a paper saying that the ideal was between 50 and 70.
Again, that healthy LDL range actually comes from the mouth of the founder of the paleo diet. This is a diet that recommends animal product consumption. And another shocking result on Shawn Baker's blood test results was his blood glucose level.
The numbers don't lie here. This chart from the American Diabetes Association clearly says levels of over 125, and Shawn's is 127, is diabetic.
In terms of fasting glucose, quote, if it's 126 milligrams per deciliter or higher on 2 separate tests, you have diabetes.
Well, Mike does clarify the fact that for Shawn Baker to be officially diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, he would need a second blood test. It's pretty clear that his blood glucose is very high and very unhealthy, despite the fact he eats a very low carb diet.
Now keep in mind, he's not eating any plants at all, so he's not getting any of those plant carbohydrates, yet his blood sugar is still high. And I love how low carb and keto people are always like, oh, you're not gonna eat any carbs, so your blood sugar is gonna be super low.
And another important result that's come up has been Baker's testosterone levels.
Oh wait, he actually has diabetic levels.
Testosterone was 237. The free testosterone was 5.5. Am I reading that correct?
Baker's numbers were shockingly low.
In fact, they're so bad. Let's have a look at the graph again. Testosterone levels do decline over age. His levels are even low for a man who's about 100 years old.
According to this study, vegans have higher levels of total testosterone on average than people who eat meat.
Mike and Ryan in their videos also spoke about blood nitrogen urea levels, which are associated with a number of health conditions.
The blood urea nitrogen was slightly out of range. It's literally like two points above normal.
Well, since Rob Wolf didn't actually state the actual number for Shawn's bun levels, we can assume it's 22.
And of course, it's high, and he does not seem to see a problem with it, and neither does Rob Wolf.
We see this all the time in folks that just eat more protein than the average person.
High bun levels are associated with a whole list of potential health issues, so it's not to be taken all that lightly.
What we can see here is Wolf and Baker trying to explain away bad blood test results, which, you know, they're no stranger to. They do this a lot.
Let's put up a video from me from yesterday. Deadlifting 505 pounds for 11 reps. And let's just watch this real quick. So when we talk about clinical function, That's what counts. We don't care what your blood value.
Do you do blood work on yourself?
I haven't yet. I'm a year at this.
You haven't done any?
No, I don't. Here's the deal, Joe. I'm not that interested in it because I just don't. I don't think it makes that big of a difference for me.
But can you out-exercise a bad diet? Let's look at the experience of Bob Harper, a fitness guru, personal trainer, and a recent heart attack sufferer.
What did Bob Harper have to say about this clean eating, which was essentially a paleo diet, which is, again, what Rob Wolf promotes? Quote, "The dieting world went back in time to find variations of the caveman diet, but I found those high-protein plans had too much fat and weren't so great for my heart."
We can also look to the experience of C.T. Fletcher, who was a very high-performance athlete. He was a bodybuilder, he was a bench press champion, and he had multiple heart attacks due to his diet.
Look, after his last heart attack, I changed my outlook completely.
Later, Fletcher switched to a plant-based diet to combat heart disease in an attempt to prevent another heart attack.
That's what made me even try the plant-based diet.
But despite this, Baker maintains the fact that just because he looks muscular and he can lift a lot of weights, that means he's healthy. Sure, he could probably outperform Mike and Ryan. He trains a lot more than them, and it's just a totally irrelevant argument. I guess I want to end this perhaps by saying that no culture, no long-lived, no thriving population in human history has lived on a low-carb diet. If you want to know more about this, in particular the keto diet, then I'll link a video down below. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you soon.